Anine, my name's Hayley, and my Auntie Shannon and I are going to take you on a virtual trip of Georgina Island, or what we call Binnoojiiyag, which means shining waters in our language.
Okay, for a good tour of any First Nation, you should do it in a truck full of dogs. So here we go. We're bringing you over to tour the island in this nice truck full of dogs, plus any excuse to show off my wolf pack and my green truck, I'll take it. So before we go over to the island today, we thought we'd show you a couple of our mainland properties, and the most important that you would be interested in is our property that's only 10 minutes north of the 404.
And that's our Sutton farmhouse. On Baseline Road in Sutton is the DBCFS building, and it's located on a beautiful piece of farmland with a barn and this old farmhouse that has been renovated to be our office space that we're so lucky to have. It's a beautiful space, and out back I have built a medicine garden with a sweat lodge over the last 2 years that our families have access to as well.
So welcome to the marina. This is where you're gonna land after you come off Highway 48 or down Black River Road. You'll find yourself here at Virginia Beach Marina, also Island View Business Center.
In the Island View Business Center, we have Dnaagdawenmag, which is our new cannabis shop. We have Tobacco Trails, which is our tobacco shop, and there's a restaurant there called the Boondocks Eatery, which is really, really good, and I suggest always trying that out if you come by.
Here you can see our ferry. It's just loaded and it's ready to head over to the island. Prior to 1920, the lake was actually 2 to 3 meters shallower, but during the construction and the build of the Trent, it flooded the lake. It eroded a lot of our land base, and it destroyed our cranberry and our wild rice harvesting areas. We also had a footpath, and it was easy for us to walk all the way from the island to the mainland back and forth. But of course, after 1920, that was taken away from us, and it changed our lives greatly, because depending on the season, our transportation to and from the island changes.
And during that time in between, we take what we call a scoot. And the scoot is like a hovercraft. It's like a fan boat that takes us across the lake and in and out of land and water.
I've included some footage of taking the scoot over to the island, and one of the worst parts of the scoot ride for me is when the scoot actually comes off the ice and goes into the water and breaks through the chunks. I'm not a fan of the scoot at all. I've also got some footage in here of me on my four-wheeler going across, which is the way I prefer to travel in between the ice freezing when we're not using our boat anymore.
During what we call scoot season, we also have to choose which side to leave our vehicles on. Most of us choose to leave our vehicle on the mainland so that we can get into town and do our groceries. Some of us have an old beater car that we leave on the island side just to get from the boat to our homes.
We depend on the ferry, the scoot, and ice conditions to go to town just to shop, to see the doctor, or have our hair cut. Everyone is happy once the ice road is in, because we can travel on our own schedule and not depend on the boat or the scoot schedule. Travel by car, though, isn't always easy and safe. And through the years, we've had several serious accidents, and we've lost too many lives, tragically, going through the ice. So we're really hoping that soon we'll get our bridge and everybody can travel home any time of the year safely. Here we are, arriving on Georgina Island, where all your dreams come true. If you're over 50, you get this. Okay, so it might not be Fantasy Island, but it is paradise to us. In fact, this is really what you'll see when you arrive on Georgina Island if you're coming from Dnaagdawenmag.
Okay, no, seriously, when you get to the island, this is what you'll actually see.
This is our welcome sign. Over here, this might not look interesting to you, but for us, it's really exciting. Those there, those are gas tanks. There's never been gas on Georgina Island. We don't have a gas station, so getting gas isn't easy. They're for emergency use only during the time of year when you can't get across easily to get your gas. Over here, this is one of our newest buildings. It's our transportation building, and it houses all of our scoots, four-wheelers, side-by-sides. All the ferry boat drivers and transportation crew use this, and there's also a beautiful office space upstairs. Okay, let's head down the road.
We're going right or straight?
Well, that's just it. We've got one big road and it wraps around the entire island. When you get off the ferry, you can either turn right down Bear Road or go straight to the band office, also to the DBCF office. So let's go up the road towards the band office.
Okay. First, you'll see our Dnaagdawenmag, Binnoojiiyag Child and Family Services sign on the left. To your right, you'll see Hello Road, which at the corner is our fire hall. Continue down Hello Road, and at the very end you'll see our little Dnaagdawenmag Binnoojiiyag building, and across the road from that is our trails, our Nanabush trails.
And if you come on in to the Nanabush trails, I'll show you my house.
Just kidding, that's Sabe's.
Right.
So in our DBCFS building, we have a little meeting space, we have our family time area, and we have a little family kitchen that our children, youth, and families have access to. It is actually another old home that has been transformed into our office space, and it's really nice on a nice piece of land. Outside we have our sacred fire area and a nice gazebo to sit under.
So let's go up the road. This here is very impressive to me. It's our road. It's actually paved. When I grew up, this was just one little dirt road. The potholes got so bad that the community recently voted to spend some of our money on paving the roads. So they've put a lot of expense into the roads lately. And it just cracks me right up because now we have these bougie, these speed bumps. I feel like they just missed the feeling of a res road, so they're about every 200 feet. We're gonna stop at the hill. Here you'll see our man-made hill. This is also pretty new for the island and the kids just love it. There are no hills over here until we built this one, and the kids just really enjoyed it this past winter with lots of sledding.
So up here on the left, you're gonna see our daycare sign. So turn left down this little road, drive all the way to the end, and you'll see our little daycare, which was also an old house. This building has now been transformed to be our daycare. It's a great little daycare that has a beautiful new playground in the back.
And you went there?
No, I
Oh.
didn't.
This is Buzzy Big Canoe Memorial Arena. We built this after the neighboring town tore down their rink, and we were able to purchase their boards and benches, and we built this arena.
And all of the kids in the community really, really enjoy this rink and play lots of hockey here. Lots of little community hockey games go on, and we're really hoping to get it fixed up and back in order for next season.
And it's covered here, and as you can see, we lost the roof to it this winter due to the high winds. Winds over here are extremely powerful. In fact, they blow the ice in sometimes, and they've been known to split cottages right in half. This is some pictures from just this past spring when the ice all blew up on the north end. It's so powerful, but the ice mountains that they leave is absolutely beautiful. We're fundraising for a new roof. If you want to send donations. Just kidding.
So let's go back out to the road and continue driving straight up. And next up on the right, you'll see our medical center. Our health building offers monthly visits from a doctor, and we have our community health nurse there weekly.
Over here, you'll see this is our water treatment plant. So just recently, in the last 2 years, we started building this new incredible water treatment plant. And for the first time in many, many years, our water is safe to drink. Not for everyone, but whoever's on the water line. All of the houses haven't been hooked up yet, and it doesn't reach the other side of the island, just the main side.
So across the road from our water treatment center, we have our school. Dnaagdawenmag First Nations school. Dnaagdawenmag means the blossoming house or home, where a lot of our children attend up to grade 5.
This school was originally the Indian Day School here on the island. It's the same building. It's the Indian Day School my mom actually went to. She went, her first year in kindergarten was the first year it opened, about 1948. And we've done a lot of work to it. Of course, there's been some additions put onto it. There's a library in there. And our hope is to build a new school because of the memories that are here. But inside right now, it's very beautiful. We have an amazing team of educators, and our kids go here up until grade 5. After grade 5, they have to leave the community and go to Morning Glory, where they start grade 6.
When our kids go over to the mainland to go to school in the winter months, because of the dangers of the ice and travel, our students board with other families that live over there, and they go to school and live with another family, and then they come back for the weekends.
If they want to participate in extracurricular activities after school, this is one of the reasons they choose to board, so they can go to those after school activities. But it's definitely hard on our kids and really hard on our parents as well. Language is sadly being lost here in the community because of the Indian Day School and colonization. One of our most prominent language speakers on Georgina Island was Barb McDonald, who was known by Auntie to almost everyone over here. She was a teacher and really passionate about learning the language, and I have a little video clip of her here speaking.
And also in.
And what does that mean?
It means that you're learning something from it. It's teaching you something. Kinagogagagon, kinanochgagon, kinagogagagon.
Unfortunately, there's only about 5 speakers left on Georgina Island, and Georgina Island has a distinct dialect like all of our communities do. So although the language is coming back into the schools and we're working our hardest at bringing that back, we're afraid that the Georgina Island dialect will be lost. Here's the Resource Center. We run lots of parenting programs out of here. Julie Virgo runs an amazing Healthy Babies program that is just loved by all of the kids, babies, and moms over here, and dads too. Okay, recreation. We have lots of things going on for recreation that are annual events like parades on Indigenous Day and Easter egg hunts. We're a nation that really enjoys hockey, baseball, soccer, karate. Our kids are in all kinds of activities.
We have after-school programs for our children and youth, and summer camps run every summer for them.
We have an amazing beach. It's called Sandy Beach. In 2010, the First Nation participated in a TVO show called Giver, where 6 of our youth worked with a crew to build this fantastic playground down here at our beautiful Sandy Beach, which is open to community members. Now, let's go to church. Let's go to church.
Take me to church. So past the school on your left, you'll see our graveyard and our church next to that.
In front of the church, there's this beautiful cenotaph that is honoring all of our veterans. My own grandmother is on here, who was the last living vet here on Georgina Island from World War II. And here's the band office, where all politics take place.
Approximately, we have about 900 members, with 200 living on reserve and the rest living off of reserve.
We have a chief and 4 counselors.
Any First Nation members welcome to run for chief or council, whether you live on or off reserve.
And what I found interesting, in 2007, we had our first woman chief elected, Donna Binnoojiiyag, who's still in office today, which would make 14 years, and she just got reelected for another 4-year term. And when I look back in our past at all of these chiefs that came before her, I think she's held the position of chief the longest in all of our history. So that's pretty outstanding. She does a great job. 2016, we passed some changes to the elections through our membership act, and our council is actually voted in now for 4-year periods.
Next to our band office, we have our community center. This is where all of our community concerts and events happen usually. It has a big kitchen. My Nana cooks a 50+ dinner every Wednesday night for all of the elders in the community.
These pictures, my mom and my dad did, and they did their very best to gather pictures from everyone that they knew. And my mom put a lot of thought and love into these. And what's so incredible about it is when you come in here and you look at these pictures, you can find people from any family over here, and you can look back over 100 years and see a big canoe, a port, a Trumbull, a Charles, and then you can look at the little kids that are running around the school, and you can see those same little faces in those family members. It's really incredible. Even just to look back, I look at one of these pictures of my great-great-grandmother cooking for a feast with my best friend's great-great-grandmother, and now we cook together. So it really speaks to the connection that we have for all of those that came before us and all of those that will come after us.
So that takes you to the end of our little downtown Georgina Island. And then if we turn around and go back to the top, Bear Road, we'll take you down there. So up the road here a little bit on the right, you'll see our new gym.
I'm really proud of this gym because I worked really hard about 4 years ago to get this built and all of the equipment inside. Oh, there's a picture of me working out in there.
Auntie. Eee.
I was sick.
You suck. Yeah, in this gym, it is so beautiful. We have a big yoga room, lockers, all the equipment that you would need with a beautiful view of the lake while you're running on the treadmill.
And as you can see, I've been getting great results. Let's take a rip back to the very back of the island, which we call the East Point.
But before we get there, on the left, you're gonna see our police station, so don't drive too fast. On your way walking up to the police station doors, be careful, because oddly enough, there are tons of snakes here.
This is our Friday night hotel. Yeah, so here we are at the Eagle's Nest, one of the only places that you can get food on Georgina Island. Actually, it is the only place. So if you're coming, pack a lunch, because if this place ain't open, you're going hungry.
But their chicken fingers and fries are my favorite.
And there's a campground right across the road. This is Paul Bickney's place, one of our last remaining language speakers. Let's keep on heading.
So if you continue up to the end of Bear Road, turn right, you'll turn into the East Point Marina.
Lots of our kids go fishing here. Actually, and the adults, it's a good little fishing spot, but it is private property.
So if you go left up Loon Road, you'll mostly just see cottages, a few of our band members' homes, including my mom's house. She runs her Eagles in the East studio out of, where she does all these beautiful paintings, where she runs classes out of as well. So if you're looking for something to do on Georgina Island when you come visit, you can always book ahead with her and possibly book a little paint night.
Mm-hmm. We've got lots of great artists on Georgina Island. My sister's just one, to name a few. And we have some incredible beadworkers, woodworkers. We have an amazing pool of talent when it comes to art and as well as music. We have lots of musicians in our community. Even my daughter made these nice ones. And as you might have noticed, back here at the East Point, as we drive by, we're passing lots of cottages. These aren't band members' homes. Our nation makes a large amount of their income comes from land leases. Snake Island is completely banned leases, and all cottagers there and on Fox Island. Some of these houses are massive, and the Bare Naked Ladies have a cottage over here, and so does the guy from Canada's Worst Driver. Just an interesting
Fun
fact. Fun fact.
He's my neighbor.
Is he?
Well, he lives in my home.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So So that concludes our tour of Georgina Island. Thanks for coming with us, and we hope that if you ever come visit, you'll let us know so we can take you on a tour the right way back here with all the dogs.
Mama P!